A very good morning to all. Welcome back to another session of your science class. Well, we are on chapter number 5, Heat. In our yesterday's video, we discussed heat flows from a hotter object to a cooler one. Heat can be transferred from one object to another in three ways: by conduction, by convection, and by radiation. Heat travels through solids by conduction only. The molecules in a solid are tightly packed and cannot move around. They can only vibrate about a fixed point. When a solid is heated, its molecules vibrate. Vibrations are passed on from one molecule to another in the object. This causes heat to spread through the object. Hence, the process of transmission of heat energy in solids without the actual movement of particles from their position is called conduction. Heat flows from one object to another through conduction under the following conditions. First, the two objects should be in contact with each other. Second, there should be temperature difference between the two bodies, as heat flows from a region of higher temperature to lower temperature. Remember very important point. In conduction, heat flows from the region of higher temperature to that of lower temperature until the temperatures of both become equal. And this state is called a state of thermal equilibrium. Let's understand thermal equilibrium with an example. A red hot rod of temperature T1 is kept in contact of cold water of temperature T2. Since T1 is greater than T2, heat starts to flow from hot rod to cold water. After some time, a stage is reached where both the rod and the water attain the same temperature, that is, T1 is equal to T2. Then the rod and water are said to be in thermal equilibrium. Conduction is the main mode of heat transfer in solids, but all solids do not conduct heat at the same rate. Heat flows easily through some materials. They are called good conductors of heat. Metals are good conductors of heat. Silver is the best conductor of heat. Other good conductors include copper, gold, aluminium, iron, etc. Materials that do not conduct heat well are called insulators or poor conductors of heat. Glass, wool, paper, plastic, rubber, and air are some insulators. Cooking utensils are made up of good conducting materials like steel, aluminium, copper, etc. This is because they can readily absorb heat energy and transfer it to the food. Mercury is used as a thermometric liquid as it is a good conductor of heat. The heating pad of an electric iron is made of iron or steel as it is a good conductor of heat. Aluminium, being a good conductor, is used in solar panels, solar heaters, etc. The handles of cooking vessels are made up of bad conductors like plastic or wood so that they are not hot to touch. Similarly, handle of electric iron is made up of plastic bakelite so that it prevents transfer of heat to our hands. We feel warm on wearing woolen clothes in winters. This is because woolen clothes contain a large amount of trapped air. Since air is a bad conductor of heat, it does not allow the body heat to flow outward. As our body stops losing heat, we feel warm. You may have seen birds puff up their feathers in winter because in doing so they trap a large amount of air, which in turn acts as an insulator and does not allow their body heat to flow out. Some animals and birds keep their body warm due to the trapped air in their fur or feathers. You should know, using two thin blankets together provides more warmth than using a single thick blanket. This is because there is a layer of air trapped in between the thin blankets, which acts as an insulator and does not allow the heat from the body to flow out. Eskimos make igloos out of snow because snow contains fairly large amount of trapped air which acts as an insulator. Thus, the heat generated within the igloo does not flow out and hence it keeps them warm.